One of the new trends on TikTok and kind of on Instagram as well is this idea of faux freckles. So people are using different dyes, often black henna dye, to temporarily put dark little circles of different sizes over their nose and cheeks. The typical black henna and henna dyes that are used in the United States, it's more actually meant for hair dye. And it's actually specifically not supposed to be used on the skin because it can cause significant irritation. So if you do end up getting some sort of a henna dye, it's a really good idea to actually give it a nice smell before you put it on your skin. If it smells, like a really noxious, gasoline almost like type of smell, it likely is not something you should put on your face or anywhere really. All right, so this next one is really, kind of near and dear to my heart as someone who sees skin cancers all day and treats skin cancer. The idea of sunscreen contouring. So this is where someone is only putting sunscreen really on areas that they want to be lighter, and then leaving all the rest of their skin to be darker and thus having a natural, quote unquote, lighter appearance as if it was contoured. Don't do this, really not a fan of this. Going out in the sun, not only does it give you a risk of skin cancer, it also leads to premature aging. So if you're trying to look good, yeah, you may have those 4 days of a little bit of, better looking contour, maybe not, but you will definitely be putting yourself at risk for skin cancer. So another recent TikTok trend is this idea of dermaplaning. And the thought is that you are removing the kind of top layer of the skin, leading to a more glowing look, removing some of the fine, what we call peach fuzz or vellus hairs. This is something that is done in medical offices and by highly trained physicians and estheticians and such. It takes practice. We also are using sterile instruments. The notion of I'm gonna take a blade and go to my face because I saw a video on it doesn't sound like a good idea. You gotta be very careful with these things, especially in people who have much more sensitive skin. So there's a variety of skin conditions, eczema, rosacea. Not a good idea to be scraping blades against your face. It's acne as well. It can actually lead to worsening scarring, worsening irritation, worsening redness. This is something you should definitely go see, a dermatologist or an esthetician or someone who's trained in these things. Not something that's a good idea to just take a scalpel to your face. The other TikTok trend going on right now is using lemon juice or fruit juice of some type as a brightener. Don't do this. Here's the problem. These lemon juice, lime juice, whichever juice you're using, is an acid. So it typically contains citric acid. These things have pHs extremely close to your stomach. Would you want to put stomach acid on your face or anywhere on your body? Not a good idea. Putting these sorts of juices on your skin, lemon juice in your skin, can cause a reaction with the sun that results in oozing, red, itchy, uncomfortable blisters, a lot like a poison ivy reaction. That is not a good look. So don't do that. Definitely not on your face or anywhere else. People are using this to try to lighten their hair as well. Not a good idea. And lastly, one that's definitely the nearest and closest to my heart as a cancer surgeon is the idea of the TikTok trend of removing your own moles. Do DIY mole removal. Don't do this. This is a terrible, terrible plan. We all get moles as we get older. We get all sorts of things that are growing on us, especially those of us who've been out in the sun too much. But not all moles are created equal. You may think, hey, it's nothing, I've had it for a long time. It could be a skin cancer. It could be a melanoma. It could be nothing, but you don't know that. That's why we spend a lot of time learning about the skin as dermatologists. It takes a lot of experience to know what's good and what's bad. But if you go and remove it, not only are you removing our ability to test it, you're also giving yourself the false impression that it's taken care of. Meanwhile, if it is a skin cancer or something more nefarious, it could be growing under the skin and it'll be all the much worse down the road. If you have a spot that you do not like on you, go and see a dermatologist, go and see your primary care doctor, go and see someone who's trained to know, is it a good or bad thing? If it is, they can remove it for you and test it to make sure it's nothing concerning, and you literally could save your life. I cannot stress enough, don't do this.